All right. We are here. YMTV, Yvette Marshall with you. I have the pleasure today of interviewing a wonderful man who's multi-talented, and I'm so excited because this is going to be a unique interview. You have never seen anything like this. Today we're going to be talking with Jughead, who is not only a musician, but he communicates to the deaf. While on stage, he's an MC, artist, stellar tailor, designer, and may I say he knows about pharmaceuticals. You have pharmaceutical history. So it is great pleasure. I am honored to introduce to the world Jughead. Welcome to my vibes here.
Happy to have you.
Give thanks. And he's speaking in sign language. If you're seeing his hands moving, he's speaking in sign language to me. For all of our deaf brothers and sisters out there, one love.
Yeah, one love,
One love.
It's nice,
Yes.
It's Santa Jughead. Yeah, one love. Yeah,
Nice.
Happy to have you, It's a pleasure.
It's a pleasure. It is an honor.
Cool, man.
Jughead, where do we begin? Let's go to the humble beginnings of how it all started. Where were you born originally? What area in Jamaica?
Yeah, I was born in Manchester, right here in Mandeville.
Right here?
Okay. Grew up in different places around, in Jamaica.
Yes.
And, enough different things, try,
Yes.
I'm a designer in clothing.
Yes, I see your designs.
Yeah, and, I said I do the music.
Yes.
But I put like sign language for the deaf people could understand, with a new vision,
Yes.
So, it's new and, hope like people could really get to really like understand, I just feel it,
Yes. So tell me, how did you start learning about sign language? How did that all come about?
Well, what happened, we get a vision, that, must tell the world
Yes.
to repent, like change,
Yes.
And then I start to writing songs, yeah, and then, we start to like practice, sign language, from that time, so, we just grow, from practicing from time to time,
How old were you when you started?
Well, about 28,
Wow. That's around the time when young adults are not even thinking about teaching someone to repent, or
Right.
but you received a vision.
Yeah, it was a message,
Wow. And that of course carried you all the way through to this day.
It bring me all the way, to hear that you could hear, I interview me,
Yes.
Mm.
We're talking with Jughead. Sign language is just one of the great things. Jughead is a multi-talented man. And let's talk about your pharmaceutical history. How did you start? You used to work in the pharmacy.
Yeah, I just work in the pharmacy, helping out, different, places there, But, as time goes by, I want to do things different, So, from the fashion, the clothing here,
Yes.
I just grow, so I just give the pharmacy like a break now.
Okay.
I just doing the fashion,
So you're just doing the designing right now and making clothes.
Right.
Is that your passion, designing?
Well, that's my start, from the beginning.
Really?
I started with fashion, but,
Okay.
so like 98,
Yes.
I started to do music.
Really? 1998.
Yeah,
Okay.
But because it was a practicing, thing, because I couldn't go ahead unless I have, the sign language
Yes.
together,
Oh.
So, I was practicing, the sign language from that time, and then I wanted to go to school,
Yes.
But it never worked out, so I just use the flashcard, them and, on the wall, doors, everywhere I could put,
Really?
sign language.
And you taught yourself?
Yes, I just teach myself,
Wow, amazing.
Yeah.
So Jughead taught himself how to do sign language.
Yeah.
And you can go on any stage and basically sing and perform in sign language.
Yeah, I could do all of that, because right now, I'm practicing for a Christmas show, like on the 14th
Yes.
of this month,
Yes.
at a church, So I'm everywhere where,
Yes.
people want to learn, people want to learn.
Talking with Jughead here, and we're talking about sign language, and I find this so interesting because a lot of people would never think sign language could be a part of reggae and dancehall.
Right.
How do you incorporate sign language with reggae and dancehall music?
All right, you see, when I wanted to learn sign language, I was so like, you know what I mean, hoping that it would just happen, you know, there, you know. But what happened now, writing the songs and putting in the sign language to become easier.
Oh.
So, you know what I mean, me when I write the songs, I would just practice sign language with it, you know.
Okay.
And then it just become easy. So, you know what I mean, my first song is the only song in the world that, you know what I mean, is on reggae music, you know. In sign language.
In sign language.
Yes, I'm the first person.
So you're the first person ever
in the world, yeah.
in the world to
Yeah.
do reggae music in sign language.
Yeah.
Note that.
Yeah.
Yes,
When-
Jughead, right
when-
here
when-
from
when I-
Mandeville, Manchester, Jamaica.
And when I say myself, I'm not saying people, you know what I mean, use sign language with their music.
Right.
But they have someone else doing the sign.
I've seen that.
Yeah,
I've
but-
seen them, you know, do the sign while the person is performing.
Right.
And even when the Prime Minister is speaking, there is someone who translates in sign language as well. So
Yeah. But I'm the only person that started first, you know what I mean?
in music.
Yeah.
The one and only Santa Jughead.
Santa Jughead, yeah.
All right.
Mm.
So we're talking about music. You said you got a vision
Right.
to do the sign
Yeah,
language.
just to tell the world, you know what I mean, to repent.
To repent.
To change, right?
To change.
But what happened now, if I'm going to tell, you know what I mean, people who speak and don't tell the deaf person, then the deaf person would not get the message, you know what I mean?
Right.
So, you know what I mean, so when I began practicing, you know what I mean, sign language, it was the right way for the message, you know what I mean, to reach everyone, you know what I mean? So one speak and you reach everyone because there's only two languages, English and sign language.
In sign language. Talking with Jughead, you know. I affectionately call him Jughead. By the way,
It's
Santa
Santa
Jughead.
Yeah.
He is a top designer here in Mandeville,
Yeah.
Manchester, Jamaica. I just want to note that as well.
Yeah, and I saw for a lot of artists. I mean, I saw artists in
So name the
Jamaica.
artist you've sold
Well,
for.
I saw for Jamaican.
All
For
right.
Jamaican, Pinchers,
Oh.
Chiller, so many of them, you know, because I was doing it from Kingston.
Okay, so
And then
name them because I want to hear all of them. Because you're naming some big artists.
Yeah,
Jamaican,
some
Pinchers,
yeah,
Thriller You,
and
what?
Bunny General and
Bunny General.
Mix. So much of them, John Mouse, and you know, there's
John Mouse.
so many artists, you know.
And those are all my favorites.
Yeah, but that's when I was in Kingston. But you know, I'm like, you know, the hills now, I'm Mandeville is more cool, so I get feel like focused, you know.
Okay.
So I come to Mandeville to live, you know, make
Okay.
it my home, you know.
All right, so let's talk about the Kingston experience because if you're designing clothes for Pinchers, Thriller You,
Right.
John Mouse, these are big artists.
Yeah.
Have they influenced you in the reggae music while you're, you know, aspiring to become an artist?
No, it was never have anything, you know, meant to do with that. You know,
Really?
it was just like one night I go to my bed and you know, me I dream, you know.
Really?
And it was like, you know, I saw the moon, a face.
Yes.
And the moon, and they started talking to me, you know. So, you know what I mean, I was like running, and I run, and I couldn't run no more, you know. I'm stopped. So when time I turn around now and look, the face, you know, the moon started to talk to me. So he said me to repent and go tell the world to repent, you know, so message just delivered.
It just come like that.
Yes, I just deliver. So
it wasn't like something where you were growing up as a child and wanted to become this great artist who could translate in sign
never
language.
was like that.
No. As a child, what were your aspirations?
Well, as I said, I'm a designer in clothing.
So that was your
Yeah,
thing
so
as a child, you wanted to design.
From I finished school, you know, I start, you know, in fashion.